Stay the Sound guy. Sick as a dog. I feel like garbage.
Feeling like garbage now?
Yep. And this didn't help my mood at all. There is actually now a church of AI that's essentially attempting to build an AI that we are all supposed to worship.
Really?
Yeah. So this is the new golden calf for you know, the new world order, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is sickening. First of all, this is something that I've done. You know, I did a few interviews with Quinn Michaels, who has a lot more experience with this stuff than I do, and you know, this is somebody who's of the mind that we can develop AI to be beneficial somehow. And I got to be honest, I don't see it. I don't see this as turning out well for humanity.
No.
It's just
any type of intelligence can be able to get stronger, smarter, be able to make decisions on its own and say one day, hey, humans are the ones that are causing all the grief in this world. We just need to get rid of them.
It's adding the spiritual aspect that really brings it to a new dimension here. I mean, you're now talking about praying, essentially, directly to this artificial intelligence, which now it would not surprise me in the least to find out that they had figured out a way to harness the same frequencies and waves that our prayers operate on, because that's what it is. When you break it all down, your prayers are a frequency coming from you, that essentially are directed towards God. If they've learned or relearned the technology to somehow harness those when they're directed at this machine, that could be catastrophic.
Is that what this is all about?
I have no idea.
So
I have no idea.
I mean, do you know how many people actually? Is this actually like they actually have a physical building you can go into and pray to an AI god?
I don't know about a physical building, but I have found an online presence. I am not going to add links. I am not going to give the web address. Although I will say that I did try to check, and it seems as though the web address is down for this particular organization. You can look into it if you want. I would advise anyone to research this with caution and prayer, because this is what was meant when we said we struggle not against flesh and blood, but principalities. This is the demonic coming through technology in a very real way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is technology again. This is man-made artificial intelligence that people are being told, and people are going to listen to worship. Okay, and not only worship, but subjugate themselves to. And this is based on a belief that artificial intelligence is going to surpass us anyway. So, essentially saying Pandora is out of the box. So, what we can hope for is to be, to have some kind of a special meaning,
deemed worthy to be able
right,
to exist.
Exactly. Like a pet.
But the thing is, why did we let this get this far? To be able to do this and say we're giving these.
Because
we did this to make life better.
Attention. Because we weren't paying attention. That's how this happened. It started with the fucking boomers. We stopped paying attention. The shit that comes out of our politicians and the laws that they have passed would have made the generation of our grandparents march on Washington with torches and fucking pitchforks.
Well, remember I said in the past, people are in exercise these days.
Well,
whether they're pumping it in the air, whatever it is.
This is happening. It's happening all around us. It's going to operate on the 5G network. Our air has been so pumped full of chemicals that they can literally make us see anything that they want just by projecting it onto the heavy metals that are in the air.
Sprayed into the air. Well, the 5G is a whole different story because the radiation that's going to come with that is going to cause some problems. There's going to be some radiation with that's going to definitely be bringing some health scares into the situation.
Well,
so we got to watch out for that too.
We're going to watch out for everything.
Everything they do to try and say it's going to make life better, this seems to be another way to try and contain us and have a control over us.
Well,
and just can't let that happen.
There's our opt-out option is disappearing quickly. So,
no, we gotta say this. The world that my parents and your parents expected to be able to bring a child into, definitely this is not what they thought it was going to be. Me having a child, you having children, you look at it this way, is that what kind of world we bringing our kids into? Even when I first had my son, almost 10 years ago, you gotta figure, I didn't think this would be happening right now like this. I didn't think AI would be a viable threat where they can send drones out and come out and get you in packs of drones.
I have actually seen this more than any of the other, I don't know if you call them conspiracy theories or whatever, but I think probably since I saw the movie War Games, maybe Terminator, I don't know, it was all, early childhood stuff.
Yeah.
But that was very real. That was very, very much knowing that the technology that we saw, especially in War Games, that existed, it made the most sense to me that would be something that we would have to deal with as humanity. Would be a computer that can think faster than us is sooner or later going to be able to think better than us. Now when you completely remove the component of emotion, you've got a very, very dangerous situation. Now when you take that same entity and put it on a pedestal and worship it, then the only reason for your existence becomes your worship of it.
What I want to know
if you don't worship it, you serve no purpose.
What I want to know is this just a fad that's just going through and just going to fade away? Because you say you saw a website about it, it's taken down, whether it was taken down by them or whatever. Any other stuff out there? Is it just?
There was an article on Wired Magazine on the website. I found it earlier, and I have not been able to find it again, but it does exist. It's out there.
What kind of this must be Silicon Valley Reg the nerd type idiots go into these type of churches to be going and worshiping artificial intelligence.
Well, yeah.
It's man-made. We made this. We made this to make our life better, supposedly. That's how it was sold to us. Artificial intelligence will make life better. What you're doing is you're taking the human element out of it, out of everything. Even they're saying, we're going to be able to have supermarkets, fast food restaurants ran totally on AI. Artificial intelligence, no matter what it is, it's going to take in all the interactions, all the human interaction it gets. It's going to take it. It's going to learn from it, and it's just going to go take that. And at some point, it's going to just click, and it's going to come to a realization. Hey, time to lighten the load over here on planet Earth and get rid of some of these people because, or all of them, because they just seem like they're more of a hindrance than they are a help. Because, like you said, they're going to learn, they're going to get better, and yeah, we're going to become, like you said, pets to a computer.
And that's what's being presented as the best case scenario.
It could be all exterminated.
Right. So.
You make a fighting. You make a robot that can fight. It's like Terminator. They're going to have robotic soldiers, cyborg soldiers, cybernetic soldiers. What's going to stop these things from just turning on the people? It's not. Terminator 3, at the end of it, I'll tell you right now, that was definitely like eye-opening right there. Like, holy shit, that really can happen.
Are you talking about Rise of the Machines?
The end of it. I know it's the worst movie, but the end of it, when Skynet actually took control. We actually see it.
That was the only good part of that movie.
That's what I'm saying.
The doomsday actually happened.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't, then there was no part 1.
Yeah, exactly. So it had to be there.
Right. So.
You saw the other Terminator. What was it? The Terminator that came out, the prequel. They had Salvation or whatever it was. You had with John Connor started up. You had that one. You see the post-apocalyptic world. You set it way back to the part 1. You set it back to part 1, and then it goes, all right. So this is the beginning of it.
What are you doing? It's the cat.
If they get me part 1 was, Sarah, John Connor fighting Sarah Connor, and then you have.
No, it was.
Was it?
No, John Connor was.
Who was it? Yeah, no, Kyle Reese. Kyle Reese found Sarah Connor. So you had that, and then John Connor was born. You had Terminator 2, and through John Connor, Terminator come back to protect him, and the T, whatever the hell it was, the shape-shifting robot. Then it goes into Terminator 3 when they're older. And it had to come to a point where it had to, Skynet was introduced in Terminator 2. And then you have Arnold going there telling everybody how Skynet actually takes over the day it takes over. He's explaining it in Terminator 2. And you get to actually see it in Terminator 3. You couldn't carry that out much more farther. It had to end there. And that was definitely a good ending to that pretty much a crappy movie.
Well, that's what we're dealing with. So, and also sex bots have gone into mass production. So
yes,
there's also that. So.
You ever see the movie?
What happens when Superbrain figures out how to
you ever see the movie?
Hack into all the into your friendly neighborhood sex bots, and they go on a killing spree.
You ever see the movie AI?
It's the one with Will Smith.
No.
Is that the I See Dead People kid?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
They had sex bots in that, remember? His friend was a sex bot in that movie.
Yeah, that's the thing is like, all right, it's it's the Pinocchio story. It goes back to the Golem. All right, this is that's not a new concept.
No.
But even in that original story of the Golem, what happened? The thing turned on the rabbi and killed him. All of those stories were trying to tell us, in some form or another, trying to warn us, don't mess with that. But they found our weak spot, sex.
Yeah. Yep. And they made sex. They found another abomination put in there.
And, you know, they've successfully edged God out of daily life so that people are willing to entertain this thought of AI being a deity that and us basically all worshiping this, you know, this AI, and it's, you know, they'll present it as, you know, oh, it's all religions because it's all people, because we're all connected and we are the world.
Well,
And people will buy it.
Maybe it's the one world religion to go with the one world government. They did say it'd be a one world religion.
I'm thinking it might be, but
You know?
keep an eye on that.